This student won £1,333 on HQ Trivia and she's let us in on her secrets, online money making. Some people say that it's impossible to win at HQ Trivia, but one student proved the doubters wrong in a big way. Note, this article was written and published in 2018. The UK version of HQ Trivia has since shut down. Although users here can still play the rebooted US edition, anyone who's ever played HQ Trivia will know just how hard it is to get to the final round, let alone win it. But one student has proved that not only is it possible to reach the latter stages, but you can win the game too, and win big. Clodagh Marston, at the time a second-year student at the University of Nottingham, became a member of the most exclusive club going, HQ Winners, and took the time to tell us how she won, what she planned to spend her winnings on, and how mere mortals like you and I can win HQ. 2. Before we find out how Clodagh managed to achieve the impossible dream, allow us to quickly explain HQ Trivia to anyone who hasn't yet come across the app. As the name suggests, HQ Trivia is a quiz app. It's free to play, available on both Android and iPhone. And every day there are live quizzes that thousands, and sometimes millions, of users take part in. But unlike other quiz apps that you may have come across in the past, HQ gives away real cash prizes to anyone who wins. It sounds simple enough, but in order to win the game you have to correctly answer 12 multiple-choice questions in a row, questions which start simple, but quickly descend into the kind of quizzing that would even leave the eggheads stumped. Thanks to the often impossible nature of the questions, each game usually only ends up with 10 or 20 winners, despite thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of people taking part. In the standard UK HQ Trivia games, the jackpot was £1,000. Usually, there were multiple winners, so the prize fund was split evenly between each of the successful contestants. In other words, if you won, you could expect to earn £50 minus 100 for your troubles. Not bad for 10 minutes of your time. However, Clodagh's performance of a lifetime came during one of HQ's Sunday roast specials, where the prize fund was a whopping £8,000. As one of just 6 winners, Clodagh took home an incredible £1,333 for conquering the quiz. I definitely didn't know all of the answers. I'd say I guessed at least 9 of them and I used an extra life too. I'm usually rubbish at quizzes, my general knowledge is so poor. So it was just pure luck that I won. When we're playing HQ we often try to Google the answers, sometimes successfully, sometimes not so successfully. Did Clodagh use the internet to her full advantage too? Sometimes we try and Google the answers but usually they're too specific so we don't end up bothering. So which little nugget of knowledge, or, more accurately, which lucky guess, helped Clodagh bag £1,333? The final question was something about someone winning 3 awards. And the answer was William Wyler. I'm not completely sure now. TV game shows are another great way to win big money. We've ranked the best quiz shows to apply for. It's hard to imagine what life would be like after winning such a massive amount on HQ. We imagine that you'd just give up quizzing for good and retire at the top of your game. A bit like Sir Alex Ferguson. As the biggest HQ winner we'd ever come across, we had to ask Clodagh whether she was still one of the HQ ties, or whether she'd given it up for good. I have to say I play less frequently now than I did before I won. But I still take a designated break from revision at 3 p.m. for HQ. Nice to see that Clodagh is keeping it real and not letting the wealth go to her head. Speaking of which, what did she plan to spend her winnings on? I booked a holiday with my boyfriend to celebrate the end of exams. But I'm still unsure about what to do with the rest. For new HQ ties, I can only say keep playing. I played 60 games before I won. So you've just got to keep at it. Sound advice. And a great excuse to keep taking a break from writing an essay to tune in and get quizzing. Of course, we couldn't let our interview with Clodagh pass by without asking her the most important question of all: who is her favorite HQ host? HQ Trivia UK may be no more, but our guide to the best paid survey sites is full of ways to earn from the comfort of your own home. Disclaimer: all content on this website is based on individual experience and journalistic research. It does not constitute financial advice. Save the Student and its authors are not liable for how tips are used, nor for content and services on external websites. Common sense should never be neglected. We sometimes use affiliated links which may result in a payment following a visitor taking action, such as a purchase or registration, on an external website. This helps keep Save the Student free. The user experience shouldn't be any different, and our editorial decision making is not affected by such links. Like most sites, we use cookies to optimize your experience and serve personalized content. By using our website, you agree to our use of cookies. More info. Text source, savethestudent.org.